Happy Friday, all my crafty friends. I am so happy to be here with you today. Thank you for stopping by for a bit of creativity. It is Friday, September 12th, 2025. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years, and I love what I do. I am here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that fun and easy for you, and then to encourage you to send out your creations to others to make their day. Hi, Dorothy. Glad you're watching. The goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. It is another nice day here in Middle Tennessee, a little warmer than I like it. We're supposed to be in the mid-80s all week, and I'm ready for fall, but I'm still hopeful fall weather will be coming, so at least the sun is shining and the sky is blue. If you're watching, please give me a comment and let me know that you're here so I know you stopped by. If you watch on the replay, let me know that also. Feel free to comment on anything I'm doing, ask any questions, and I will be sure to get back to you after the video with an answer in the comments. Let me see what else. Every comment you make counts toward a entry for a drawing to win the card that we make today. So I love your comments. Please do them. I'm going to check and make sure I am located on my screen where I want to be. I think I am, but until I see me on my computer, I'm never quite sure. But yep, that all looks good. Hi, Shar. Glad you're here. Excuse me. All comments you enter today through tomorrow midnight will be entered for a chance to win the card. And congratulations to the winners of my last two cards. I had to redraw for one of them. So Gloria Kaufman is my winner of that Majestic M fold. And then Janet Patterson, you won my last card, my little garden card. So those are on the way to you ladies in the mail. Thank you so much for watching and commenting. Hi, Lori, glad you're here. A reminder, if you can share this video to a crafty group, to a crafty friend, to a crafty page, to your homepage, wherever you like to share me, that really helps me get the word out about my small business, The Crazy Stamping Lady. And if you do that, let me know, and I will give you a bonus entry toward today's card. All right, guys, let's take you down and around. We'll go look at my outside, beautiful sunshine, and down to my table. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. You can find me on YouTube under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Stampin' Up! Offers rewards for your purchases, so for every $20 or more online order that goes in, you will receive 10% back in rewards on a future purchase. Those rewards are redeemable for 1 year, so you can use them on your very next order or accumulate them until you get enough to order something big to surprise yourself with, which is kind of fun. You can get your account at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Be sure to opt in for the rewards and for me to be able to contact you, because I send out catalogs to everyone who orders from me. If you've ordered in the last 6 months, when the next catalog comes out, you will receive a catalog from me. But if you don't opt in to receive information from me, I cannot send you that catalog through Stampin' Up! It's just how their system works. So be sure to opt in, guys. No cards to share today, so I am going to go right on to our next sheet here. Today is the last day of our 12 Days of Holidays event over on the Global Inspiration Stamp Team group. That is a special group for our customers and our team members. There's 10 of us that are giving presentations. If you are a customer or a team member and you're not part of that group and you would like to be invited, just let me know. It is a thank you. There are tons of presentations. We're featuring cards and non-card ideas for the holidays. So exciting, exciting. I've got to go back and watch a couple. There were a couple I didn't get to, but I plan to catch up this weekend on that. So today is the last day of live presentations. Check it out. Also, anyone who does order from me between now and the 21st of this month, we are giving away a PDF of the projects from that Global Inspiration Stamp team. And I will send that to you whether or not you're a part of that group, because it'll just have some great things that you can do for the holidays. Okay, my in-person class, card making class this month is now closed because it is tomorrow and I am done prepping. So that one is gone. But I am still offering an online card making class option. It'll be in a virtual situation where you will get invited to a private Facebook group. Once you sign in, you'll be part of the group. I will do my live there where we will put the cards together. They will be sent to you ahead of time so you have them to put together. You will be getting kits for 2 cards in this design, 2 cards in this design, and then 1 3D item. It'll be all prepped and ready for you to go. The only thing is you will need to have your own sentiments to stamp and ink pads to stamp those, as well as your own adhesive. Everything else will be included. Plus, there will be a full PDF tutorial that I will post in that group and get to the people who sign up for the class. So the cost is $25 for all of that. It includes the shipping and handling for the kit. You can Venmo me, or if you need to pay me some other way, just drop me an email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com and we'll get you signed up. And the class will be on Thursday, September 18th at, did I put 10 p.m.? That can't be right. Oh no, never mind. The deadline to sign up is Thursday, September 18th at 10 p.m. The class will be on Monday, September 29th at 1 p.m. So if you're not available at that time, no worries, because that video will stay up there in that group for you to watch for 30 days. So all will be well. Hope some more of you will join us. I'll be prepping for this class right after the weekend. So start getting your signups in if you want to join me for that, so I can get it all prepped for you. Crazy Ladies virtual free monthly class will be this coming Monday. This Monday's class will be at 11 o'clock right here in this group, and it'll be for everyone who ordered from me in the month of August that qualified at a $50 level or more. And if you did, you should have received your kits. They were sent out. Just have them ready and you can craft with me on Monday, or you can just watch and then craft after. Whatever works best for you. Sometimes crafting after works better, because if I make a mistake, then you can see where I correct it and do it the right way. Not that I ever make mistakes. Knock on glass, I guess. I don't know. I make mistakes all the time. Sorry, guys. Anyway, for this month, if you place a $50 order, you'll get 3 free card kits. A $75 order, 3 free card kits and a bonus project. A $100 order, 3 free card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. And those kits will be mailed out to you so you can join us for the October class, which will be on Monday, October 13th at 11 o'clock a.m. These will go out automatically if you qualify at these levels. You don't have to do anything else to sign up for this one. Any smaller order will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you, and all orders will be entered into my monthly order prize drawing. So yeah, lots going on in the Crazy Stampin' Lady world. Okay guys, we're going to make a beautiful card today. At least I'm hoping it'll be beautiful. I haven't put it together with this paper that we're using yet, so we'll see, but I think it's going to be great. The colors all look lovely together. It is a simple fun fold that gives you the most bang for your designer series paper. And Stampin' Up! Has some of the most beautiful scenery type Stampin' papers. I mean, we have beautiful papers in everything, our designs too, but our scenic ones and beautiful gallery is just one example. So I'm not going to take these all out, but I'll just pull out a few and show you. When you have full 6x6s like this, that are almost, these are like a gallery picture. I mean, I think they're just gorgeous. I hate to waste any of it. I just hate it because they're such beautiful images. So there's just a few of them out of this pack. So this fun fold is all about showing off as much of that paper as you can. It is quick and simple and beautiful, and the designer series paper does all the work, which is Awesome. So for the one we are working on today, and stick with me because I have 3 other designs to show you at the end so you can see how this could work with other papers. We have a piece of cloud cover for our base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, which is our normal starting size, but we're going to score this. So we're going to come in with our scorer, and along the long side, we are going to score at, I want to make sure I get my measurements right, at 1.5 inches. And then at 4.25 inches. So it's very simple score lines on here. 4.25 would be your normal for an A2 base. And then we're just going to take our bone folder and fold back and forth on those score lines. So when you're using your bone folder and your score lines, you do want to make sure that your sides are even before you press down. And then I always like to score both directions. I just think it gives you a nicer, sharper line on your score. So I usually go both directions. I'm going to do the same thing on this one here. We're going to come this way, like that. And then I'm going to fold it back this way again. And then because I need this crease folded back on the front of my card, I'm going to fold it this way one more time, just so it lays really nice and flat. You don't have to bone fold your cards. You could just fold them with your fingers. If you don't have a bone folder, what also really works well is the end of a Sharpie pen. This rounded end, you can run along there and it works just like a bone folder. You just have to be careful not to run any of the ink off of here, the markings on it, because that will come off on your cardstock. So just be aware. Ask me how I know that. I may or may not have done that a few times. So, okay, so here is our card base. That is it. Scored at 1.25, scored at 1.5 and 4.25, and folded just like this. And then we have a piece of designer series paper. Now I'm going to put this together in the way it came in the pack. So these are 6x6 designer series paper. And this is how it would have looked to start with. I cut off of the top 3/4 inch. So what we're trying to get is to a 5.25 by 6 inch piece. You can cut that 3.25 inches off of the top or the bottom. You could cut a little bit off each, whatever works best to get the picture that you want to show. Now this is scrap, we're not using it. You could add it to your envelope if you wanted to. I'm just going to hang on to it with my scraps from this set because it is beautiful, and at some point I will do a scrappy card with all of these beautiful colored scraps in here. So I'm sticking it right there into my little scrap envelope inside of my big pack of paper. Now, if you had a 12 by 12 piece that had a beautiful design you wanted to use, you can just cut it right down to 5.25 by 6 and start with that. So once you have that, this is how the design was left. Then I cut this once at 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 from the left side. And then from the left side again, I cut this one at 1 1/4, and then that leaves me a 2-inch piece left, and we're going to use all of these to put our card together. So let's just start by that. We're going to add this largest piece of designer series paper to this cloud cover base, and it is going to go right here. So it is only going to be attached on this flap. This part over here is just going to hang over like that. And it is a different design on the back, but honestly, you'll see when you open this card, you really never see that part of the design. Not that it would hurt if you did, it's just a design, but it really doesn't show on the card. So I am going to flip this over, bottom to top, place it where I want it on the front of my card, just like that. And then I'm going to grab my seal, and we're going to add seal only on the section that is where the flap is. So only on the folded back section is the only place I am adding my seal. And then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to go along the bottom and the top a little bit too, just to make sure it sticks down well. And then I'm going to flip it back up and come back in and lay it on there. And if I laid it right, when you flip it, it tells you exactly where you can put your glue. So when you flip it back, you can be pretty sure none of your glue is going to show on the back, which it does not. There is no glue. So that is our first piece. Then our second piece is going to go right here on the inside. So you can see when you open this card, you automatically just pull it like this, and then this is going to go here to continue our scene. And that's why you really do not notice the back of this. It just, I haven't noticed it at all on any of them I've done when I've opened them. So we're going to take some seal on this piece. And I am going to lay this right so my bottom lines up. So I want my bottom straight across with my last picture. And so there's just a hair of the cloud cover showing through. You don't want a lot, just a little bit of cloud cover. You also want to be careful when you're laying this that you're not going over your fold, because otherwise that's not going to fold well afterward. Okay, so there's the second part of our scene. The third part of our scene is going to go right here. We're going to do the same exact thing. Let's put some seal on here. This is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go around all the edges on it so it stays down. Okay, and we're going to lay this one right up close to that seam without going over it. And again, I'm making sure that my bottom lines up pretty straight across, because visually you do notice that. So you want to keep pretty much a straight line, and then you're going to place this almost right up to that crease but not going over it, so that again you just have a little bit of blue showing between them. So now your whole design is showing here, and it becomes really the whole focal point of your card. When you close it, it's going to look like this. So I didn't want this just unfinished, so I took a piece of Secret C and I ran it through our cut and emboss machine using the soft waves just to give it some texture and character. And I like that side too. Let's see which side I like better. Do I like the embossed side or the debossed side? Now, I think the embossed side is a little softer and the colors on here are a little softer. So we're going to go with that one. But this is striking too, this side. And you're going to want to put seal on here all along both edges, because you want to be sure that this sticks down with all of that embossing on there right down to your card. Oh, that's not working. Hang on, guys. Let me feed that a little bit. Right down that side. Okay. And then we're going to place this on this section over here, centering it not on the whole card, but centering it from the edge that's folded back here to the edge over here, and trying to keep the bottom pretty lined up with the rest of it. Okay, so that just finishes off that section. So here's our card so far. Now we're going to add some sentiments to this. So for that, I'm going to grab some pieces I cut out. This piece right here is 2 inches by 5 1/4. It's basic beige. And I'm going to place that right here. Now when I place it, I'm going to leave again just that little hair of blue. And I'm going to fold this over, because I want to be sure when I lay this that that beige is not showing. So just check that out before you adhere it. We'll come in here with some seal on here. And I'm going to line it up again with the bottom of what we have going on down here. And then leaving just a hair of that cloud cover showing through. Okay. And then when I fold this over, it should cover all of that beige. So, but when you open it, you now have a place where you can write your message. We're going to add a couple little sentiments to this card. So I punched out a piece of basic beige that I just punched it out with the labels with Love Punch. So we're going to use that. And then I have another piece of basic beige here. And this piece is just really a scrap, but I needed it to be a certain size to fit the sentiment. So this is 3.5 by 1 inch, and it should fit the sentiment that I'm choosing. So hopefully this will come together. Like I said, I haven't made it with this exact design. I'm choosing Mossy Meadow as my color of ink for this, just to pull out some of the green in these trees down here. And on this punched out piece, I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday, because I think this would make a great masculine birthday card. So we're going to go right down the center of that punched piece, just like that, Happy Birthday. And then on this larger piece, I'm going to put Time to Celebrate. Now these sentiments come out of one of my favorites, Beautiful Butterflies. I love the sentiments in here. The hello, the so thankful for you, time to celebrate, in case you need me, I'm here, happy birthday. Just great, great sentiments. So we're using sentiments out of here. One of my favorites for birthdays right now, this Time to Celebrate. I'm going to ink this up. My Mossy is getting a little dry, so I'm just going to tap it several times, make sure that I have it well inked up. And we're going to put that right onto this piece of basic beige and give it just a second to transfer, because I want to be sure I get a good image. There we go. That worked out good, but it does need to be re-inked, so I got to remember to do that. Sometimes I don't remember till the next time I take it out again. So we're going to add these to our card. The Time to Celebrate, I'm going to put right here on the inside, and I'm going to overlap both of these pieces like that. That still gives you plenty of room to write. And because it's such a big sentiment, it wouldn't have fit on here, but I wanted to use it. So we're just going to add some seal to the back of this one so that it sticks down. Come up here, I'm going to put it pretty close to the top, but have a little border showing because I want plenty of room to write yet. And then just centering it side to side on those two pieces. So Time to Celebrate. So this is how the card looks when it's fully open. And then on the front of it, we're going to add our Happy Birthday. And you can decide where you want to put your sentiment. There's lots of options. I think for this one, happy birthday, happy birthday. I think I'm actually going to put it kind of up here to the top, but I'm going to have it coming off the edge of this flap here. Okay, so let's do that. Same thing as before. I'm going to place this about where I want it on my card and flip it like I did, and then just put my seal behind the section. Sorry guys, my seal is acting up. I can do this. Here we go. Just put my seal on. It doesn't want to do it. I don't know why it's not feeding. It's not cold in here. Sometimes when it's cold it won't feed, but I usually don't have trouble with it. So let's try this again. Maybe it's the angle. I think it was the angle I was holding it at. So we're going to just add some seal down this whole section, making sure it's only past the flap, okay? And then when I flip it back up, I should be able to place that. And I like it coming off the edge here because I think it gives it a lot of character. And the placement that I chose up here in the sky is just because I didn't want to cover a lot of this beautiful scenery. So you'll see on my other ones, my placement is different. You just kind of have to play with that as you're doing it. I'm going to get rid of that seal that I had over here on the side before I forget and get glue all over everything. Okay, let's take our envelope and I'm going to put our happy birthday sentiment onto there also. Just so I don't forget to do that. I'm doing that again in the Mossy Meadow. I love these colors on here. I think they're very masculine colors, and I always need masculine birthday cards, so this is going to be great. Yeah, so there we go. So that's that. Now it does need something else. It needs a little bling or something. So I pulled out our neutral matte dots. I know I've told you this tip before, but I'm going to mention it again today. When I get my embellishments, let's see if I have one that's new here. I don't know if I do. Yeah, here's a new pack. So normally your embellishments come like this. There's a little flap that you open up and you can pull them out to use them. But then every time you're putting them in and out, you have to deal with undoing that flap and redoing the flap. So a while back, I started just cutting off the edge of my plastic so that I can pull these out from the side and then put them back in and not have to deal with that flap. One thing I did notice is when you get your embellishments, and I just stuck that one back in there, and now I don't know where it is. I shouldn't have done it. Here it is. They come with this piece of cardboard at the top. And that's fine. It gives it stability in there, especially for shipping. But when I'm looking at my embellishments, sometimes this will cover up my top color, and I kind of forget it's there. So I've decided recently that as I open these and I mark what they are, I cut off that side, that I am also cutting off that top flap. And that way I don't have to worry about anything being covered on my embellishments. I can see exactly what I'm working with. So, works for me. I'm going to take this out. This is a pretty new one, so it's still stuck down here. I'll show you the other thing I do with my embellishments. I haven't done it on here yet, but I kind of come in here and just snip them off gently, because they are usually stuck down onto this cardstock with a little sticky piece of tape. I don't want that tape to interfere as I'm using these embellishments. So I'm going to take a piece of just scrap typing paper that I have laying here in my drawer for this kind of stuff, and I'm going to lay that right over that sticky. And then I don't have to worry about unsticking this each time I use it. And the reason I like to do that is I like to be able to take my embellishments and lay them onto my project and decide which color is going to work the best. And so I think just looking on here, it's either going to be this basic gray, or basic beige, which is what we're using, or Secret Sea, which is what we used over here. So let me see when I put them up here what I like best. I think I'm going to use the Secret Sea. I think I'm going to pull out that blue on here a little bit. So let's place some embellishments. Let's grab a large one down here, and I'm going to put that over to the side right here. And then I'm going to take maybe a small one and place it. Do I want them on the sentiment? Yeah, the sentiment's kind of small on this punch. So I'm actually going to put them right on here. I'm going to form my triangle by putting a small one right there, and then another one of the large ones right here, just like that. Now remember, this is a masculine card, so you don't want it too foo-foo anyway. But I think those really pop on there. They pull in the blue, and I formed my little triangles. So that is my happy birthday on the front, time to celebrate on the inside. And then it is kind of a scenery type thing. So let me grab my linen thread. I wasn't sure I was going to do this, but now that I see it in the way I have my gems, I'm going to add just a tiny bow. And I know bows seem kind of girlish, but I think the linen thread to me feels more masculine, and it like really goes well with nature type pictures. And since we have this scenery on here, I'm going to do that. So I am just manipulating my little bow till I get it exactly how I want it. I'm going to leave the tails pretty long on here so they hang down. Snip that off. And then we're going to add this also to the front of our card right there, just for a little more character on here. So let me grab my Tombow glue, put a tiny little dot. You do not need very much at all of that glue onto the cardstock. I'm going to grab one of our blocks, and I'm going to lay this right onto that dab of glue, right where the knot on the bow is, and then lay a block on top of it and give it a press. And then just let that sit there for a second. That'll help it adhere. It dries very quickly. It gives me time to put my embellishments away, and that is about it, because it'll be ready. All right, so that's how I do my embellishments. I hope that tip works for you guys. It has been a lifesaver for me. It makes my embellishments so much easier to use and see, and that's what it's all about. Easier is better. Okay, guys, that is our card. So I want to show you a few other designs. This is the one I'll be giving away today. Happy birthday. And when you open it up, time to celebrate. And it has that beautiful scene right there. You didn't waste hardly anything of this paper. You get to see the whole thing and let that designer series paper do the work for you. We'll set that over here for a second. Here is another one I made, and this is actually the one I made because I really needed a sympathy card, unfortunately. So here it is. It uses another piece of paper out of this same set. And when you open it up, this is how that one comes together. So heartfelt prayers. And then I did another one. This is an anniversary card. So when you open this one up, it's just like that. Look how beautiful those papers are. I just love the way they come together. So you can see here it works for really anything. We have a scenery one for a birthday. We have a couple floral ones for sympathy and anniversary. And then I wanted to do something that wasn't really a picture, something that was just a designer series paper. So I grabbed my boho vibes that just has all these cool patterns in it. And I made a thank you card. This one says, "You're so kind." And here it is. It's just the boho vibes paper. I added a few little birds on it. And then it says, "Thanks so much for thinking of me." So it's such a versatile design. It uses up most of the sheet of designer series paper. Fast, super fast. I made these all in no time at all. And they're just great to have in your stash. And I think it packs a little bit of wow, because you're not expecting it to open up and reveal that whole picture on the inside. So, okay, guys, let me know what you think. I would love to hear it. On this one, I did want to point out just real quickly that I used the adhesive back dragonflies and birds. When these came out, they were a favorite. They are still a favorite. And they are still available. And that's what I wanted to just mention on online exclusives. You know, hear me here all the time when I say that online exclusives are only there while they last. Stampin' Up! Can take them away at any time. But if they are a good seller, they stay. So this one has been around since November of 23. And it is still for sale out on online exclusives, not on the last chance list. That could change at any time. But they are beautiful, they're flat, they're wonderful. So I just wanted to show you that because I don't usually see them stick around quite that long. Okay, I'm gonna get these out of the way. I'm gonna bring this back in along with my instructions. I will post this all in the comments section of this page, of this actual video, before the day is done. So you'll have it if you want to print it, but it's here right now if you need to take a screenshot of it. So, couple other things. A reminder that the 12 days of holiday presentations will end today. They're over on the Global Inspiration Stamping page. If you purchase from me between now, or actually the beginning of the event, and the 21st of this month, you will receive the PDF by email of all of the projects and presentations we're making. I want to thank you for being with me today. I hope you liked the card. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win it. And finally, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Products, or if you have creative questions, please contact me. I'm here to answer your questions and be your creative coach. Please reach out to me by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My plan is to be back here on Tuesday with some more creativity, some more fun, same time, same place. So take care, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.